Well, thank you for having us, Tamara. We are also with Gabriela Jarrin. She's part of our team in the Circular Foundation. And what I'm gonna do is just take around 15 minutes with a presentation regarding what we are doing right now, where we come from mainly at the beginning, and then what we are doing now, and to finish with probably what is our aim for the near future, especially regarding the relation that we have now with you guys. So let me just share the screen. And I'm gonna start also just like literally introducing myself. I'm the executive director of the Circular Foundation. Almost a PhD. Actually, I'm submitting my thesis tonight at UCL. So that's really good news after many years of having no sleep, and you guys know about this. Really excited about that. I'm engaged. I've been engaged for years actually in public policy, mainly in the anti-corruption field. But since 2 years ago, I engaged again with a new topic for me, which is the circular economy. And in our NGO, what we are trying to do is looking at one huge problem with its, which is the linear economy we have now from different angles. So we have political scientists, we have professionals like Gabi, who is an environmental engineer. We have 3 environmental engineers. We have experts in communication, experts in what else? We have mechanical engineers. I mean, what we're trying to do is just trying to think about the one problem and try to solve it from different angles. And not only with this project that I'm going to talk about, but with all of them, all of the projects that we have. So how this NGO started? Well, in 2017, Iction, what you're looking at your left, was created. This is a startup. This is a British startup created at the Imperial College, which creates new technology to try to fight plastic pollution, mainly from rivers, but also from oceans. But now the main focus is tackling pollution in rivers. And in 2019, this startup created by just let me get rid of that sound. All right, there we go. This startup was created by a colleague, Inti Groneberg. And I'm going to talk about this technology in the next slides. But it's really disruptive, and it's a huge thing for the world actually, and I'm pretty sure you guys know about this as well. But in 2019, they decided to come to Ecuador. Inti is Ecuadorian himself, so he kind of decided to start his research and everything in his home country. And at the end of in the second half of that year, I was also coming back to Ecuador, and we talk about having like something related, strongly related to the citizenry, to social problems, to engage with communities. And what we wanted to do is as the title of the presentation says, try to solve problems for the environment, but also for the people as well. So since officially since December 2019, we are an NGO here in Ecuador, and we are part of this holding, and we are trying to work all the time hand by hand with the different capacities that we have. But especially regarding the foundation, what we want to do is to promote these solutions to the problems mainly in Ecuador at the moment. And we want these solutions to be based on the circular economy to begin with, And what we want to do is try to engage as much with social problems as well. One of the big issues that we identified with how circular economy was being managed, especially in Europe and in Asia, was that it always goes around pretty much the environment, but it doesn't engage with communities that much, and to measure, to have indicators that let you know how this is actually having an impact on the well-being of the communities, right? So that's what we are trying to do. And so far, although it's been only less than a year and a half that we are existing as an NGO, I think we've done a really good progress. We have now 4 projects, different projects. I'm going to talk about them right now, but we know that this topic it's growing in the region as well. This is a brand new topic here in Ecuador. Most of the people doesn't know about circular economy, what it deals with, and we luckily, well, hard work as well, not so much luck, but both of them. We've managed to get close to different people. We always try to look forward to engage with the public sector mainly, but also with the private sector. We have a really good relation with the academia as well, and now engaging with civil society organizations, especially regarding the topic of circular economy and the base recyclers, which is something that I don't know if that word is we're always debating on the meaning of those words, but I'm going to explain to you what I'm trying to say. So this is what this is our sustainability model. We engage with what we do is try to engage in all the productivity chain, starting with the sustainable production. So with the eco design of products. We also engage with responsible consumption. This is, of course, related to consumers mainly. Of course, the R's, recycling, reusing, and what we want to do is try to find these innovative solutions to manage that kind of waste. And I'm sorry about that type of public policy. As I said, we are strongly engaged with public policy and trying to, mainly because of our backgrounds, trying to engage with evidence, problemas basados en evidencia, evidence solutions, evidence-based solutions. That's it. Evidence-based solutions. Yes. We're trying to do that not only with the circular economy, everything related to circular economy, but with a lot of topics as well. Because we have two main pillars here, right? So the circular economy, which you're looking at your left, and we have a second one that you're looking at your right. One of our projects is the PhD network, which is the biggest. What's the name of it? Network. Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. The biggest researchers network here in Ecuador. We have over 2,000 researchers over there, and we are dealing with many topics. We're dealing with anti-corruption, but we're dealing also with economy, with infrastructure. I mean, a lot of things, and that's our aim to have evidence-based solutions for all of these problems here in Ecuador. But then going back to the circular economy pillar, these projects, these icons that you're looking at there, they represent the projects that we have. So on your left, what we're trying to do is engage with small and medium-sized enterprises, for example, just to promote what they're doing in the one hand, and on the other, to make sure that they improve their sustainability, what they're doing in a sustainable way, and to make sure that because most of them are startups just trying to to give them some advice on how to improve what they're doing as well. The eco work that you're looking at your left, at the bottom left, that's the one I'm going to talk about in the next slide. We have Refill, that is probably most of you in the UK know this campaign. So we are working with that and with City2C, which is the NGO in the UK that leads this project. So we're trying to hopefully this month we'll launch this campaign. Because of COVID, you know, all of us got stuck with many of our projects, and this is one that we were really sad about because we were gonna launch it on the 21st of March last year, but then we couldn't at first. And the other two are engaged with public policy. The first, YENEC, is, well, that project is over now, but there's a new law, a circular economy law here in Ecuador that is being debated in the National Assembly. And we were one of the main allies just by giving different information. The research that we did was trying to set how is the circular economy understood here in Ecuador, what are the opportunities, everything on a context base, right? Because one of the main problems here in Ecuador that you guys don't have in the UK, that we try to copy things that have worked somewhere else, but they, at the end of the day, they really don't work here because of the context, of the different context, right? And the other one is pretty much dealing with local ordinances, which is the local normatives for waste management. So this is pretty much the whole map of what we are doing at the moment. And then with this project, Eco Work, this is mainly the one that you guys heard about us, from us. And it's mainly based here in this province, in Manabí. At the moment, we're in Quito, in the capital, but it's here in the Pacific coast, right? So we are working here in Manta and in Puerto Viejo. This is like 40 minutes drive, so it's really close. And the river just comes around here, the river mouth. And what we're trying to do with Iction, so this is a joint project with them, is try to solve the whole problem of plastic, since its generation, to how we could revalue this when we find the plastic waste. And this one picture, this almost at the river mouth. This is called the mangrove La Boca. And this is the reality that we're trying to fight with, I mean, against. There's a lot of plastic over there. Of course, talking about the environment, as I just wrote here, we have more than 50 species of local and migratory birds, reptiles, of course, fishery, there's a lot of shrimps, so many things. This is affecting both the environment and also the community. But one thing that probably, when we talk about this, especially to partners internationally, what shocks the most is that some of this waste is going to the Galapagos Islands. Some researchers that we have done in the past years showed us that around 33% of the plastics, I don't know who's writing on the screen, but it's not me. 33% of the plastic that reaches the islands comes from the continent, from here, mainly from Quito and Guayaquil, which are the biggest cities. But Manabí is a really populated province as well, so it is a problem. And this is working as our first. This is the pilot, if you wish to call it like that. But our aim is, of course, to go to the entire country and try to work in the 9 rivers that are going to the Pacific Ocean. This is the barrier. that it's in the Puerto Viejo River. What is really exciting about this technology is that it can extract up to 80 tons of plastic waste per day. Of course, not in this river because this is a small river as you're seeing, but mainly thinking about rivers in China and in India where the pollution is huge. So that's the big plan, right? Right now we have two prototypes, one in the Medway River in London, and the other that you're looking at in the Puerto Viejo River. But what we want to do is not only to make sure that the plastic doesn't go to the ocean, but also how to revalue this plastic waste, right? And we want to do this also by supporting the community. So yes, we care about the environment, but we also care about the people. And these pictures here were taken by us, by Gabby and myself 2 weeks ago in the, and I don't know the word of this, it's a dump, I guess, Gabby, right?
Yeah, maybe, yeah, because I don't think it's landfill, but.
So it's a dump in Manta. And we are working with these people. These are the base recyclers that I was talking about at the beginning of the presentation. So what they do is just like, as you can see, they just go into the garbage literally and try to find different materials that they can sell afterwards, right? And it's a tough work, it's a tough job. They work, well, in the coast of Ecuador, the sun is horrible. So we're talking about over 30 degrees in the equator. So you need to think about that as well. The reality is really sad, actually. They earn less than $200 a month, which is less than half of the basic salary here. We have around 20,000 families nationwide. Around 65 of them are women, and they are head households. In the case of Manta, where we're working right now, we have around 200 families. And what we looked here at the dump was that there are no sanitary or resting facilities. I mean, the conditions are really harsh. People working over there have been there for many years, most of them for decades, and their reality hasn't changed. And what we want to do is, of course, try to engage with with us local associations as well, also with the municipality to improve these conditions for the short term, which would be something easy, like just putting some kind of roof somewhere where they can rest, but then also with long-term indicators, especially regarding education, housing facilities, etc. And everything that we are showing right now has gotten worse, of course, with COVID, because they used to work at least 6 days a week, but now they work only 2 days because of new regulations. They cannot go into the dump, and of course, this is hurting really, really bad on their monthly earnings. And just to give you an example of how much they have to work to survive, I'm gonna say, this last picture here, you see this huge thing is full of PET bottles, plastic bottles, and it's a lot of work just to have that. And we calculated with Gabby that the recycler is gonna earn for this just around $1.3, you know, and this is by working almost the whole day. So this is the people we're trying to help to, and this is our main aim, you know. This is one of the first workshops that we had with the recyclers. We also supported with the help of some American students from Texas. They raised some money, and we were able to give them some working gloves, I mean the masks, and actually the project was called the Mask Task. So we were just like kind of in between with the students and working with the recyclers. We were at the right moment, at the right time. So just helping with that. And yes, we want to improve the living standards and strengthen the local associations, just to make sure that they can deal in a better way or have a better position to sell their products at a better price, because we have a huge problem with intermediaries who are actually buying from the recyclers and then selling at a more expensive price to the final, consumers companies, recycling companies. So the next steps that I'm saying, what we would like to do with you guys, with Exeter, and that was our plan before the budget reduction, was we need to understand the plastic flow. What we're doing right now, first of all, we are dealing with this project that I'm talking to you about with a really, really small budget. Here in Ecuador, just mainly because we're a new NGO, but also for bigger NGOs, there's not a lot of funding for this kind of projects. So we are always trying to be really imaginative, thinking about many ways on how to solve this kind of problems with really low budget. And what we wanted to do, of course, is to expand this whole thing. So right now we're just working with the recyclers, and we are trying to gather some data about how much plastic is getting there, what could we do with this plastic. But of course, this is a really small portion of what we could do with more budget. And the plan was actually to expand this idea that we have with the support of Exeter, and of course for the benefit of the whole project that Exeter is leading right now. What we wanted to do is engage not only with the recyclers in a better way, but also with major pollutants, mainly the fishing industry, which in that province in Manabí is the biggest in the region. So it's a huge thing. I've heard that few NGOs have tried to work around this problem as well, but there's not enough information. So I think that's a major thing that we would have to tackle if we really want to make to have a strong impact with plastic pollution in the ocean and in the coast, and also engage with I don't know if this word is correct, artisanal fishing, is it? I guess so, yeah. Just with local communities of fishing, of fishers. Because what they do is their practices are different. They build their own nets, and we would like to know how this is having an impact in the coast mainly. So that's the main things that we would like to do. And to finish, this is our team. As I said, we're a multidisciplinary team. We have people from many backgrounds, and I guess that's probably our biggest strength, trying to solve this thing from different angles. And thank you.